for the individual who said about can you fire the nurse, I have community care, so I don't have the same MCO that you have. But when I went through the appeal process, I read through that provider manual that they give you that says here's what they're going to do. And in there, for my program, I have the ability to request a new case manager and nurse every 6 months. So if you don't like the one you have now, you can request a different one.
I've done that before. I meant if we fire the nurse that she does not need because she goes to a doctor regularly,
Yeah,
so
won't
she
allow you
don't
to do
need that, then she could have the other service that she does need because we're not paying the nurse.
Right. I wish the money flowed that way, so if you could say, I don't want this nurse on my team, can I have the money instead? It would work that way.
Well, that's called IRIS.
I would just kind of like to tell my story. I have a son that's 33 years old, and these wonderful people in front of me have taken such good care of him. He has been at the facility almost 6 years. He has a traumatic brain injury due to a car accident. He has come so far. He has struggled to get better. He couldn't roll over, he couldn't sit up, he couldn't talk. He has gone through so much, and now he might have his home taken away from him. And I just feel like nobody cares. He's been through so much, and now he might have to go through the trauma of getting displaced. I worry about him being put in an apartment where he may not have round-the-clock care, because I worry if there was a fire or something, if he'd be able to get out. I have so many concerns. And I feel like a lot of other people, that they treat people just like they're a piece of meat or they're a number because they don't matter. And I know this has no bearing on the son that I'm talking about now, but I lost my only other child at the age of 15 to suicide. And it's like my family has been through so much stress and trauma. And it's like you get to the point, how much more can you take? And then I find out I might only have 30 days to find another location for him. It's just like, you know, it makes you wonder, what is this world coming to? That we are so uncaring about our own people, and they want to put the most vulnerable people in these situations, and I don't understand it. Why does everything have to be about money, and that people don't genuinely care about each other? Thank you.
That's the second time somebody said, what do we do in 30 days? And I'm sorry I didn't answer it the first time, so here it is. A person can't be discharged unless there's another place to go to. So that's good for the clients, and it's good for the guardians who are so worried, but I guess that just makes it even worse for the providers. We're saying, what if they can't? Are we going to be sitting here a year from now and the MCO still isn't going to have found a place for my person? And so that's one of the things we're trying to address in the lawsuit. And frankly, there won't be enough empty beds capable of serving the people that have getting all these notices of discharge. One of the things from last year, Community Health Partnership, I knew about a couple dozen notices of discharge, and I told all of my clients, and I'd repeat the same advice to all of you. If you've gotten a notice of discharge and they've got a really great alternative place where you say either it wouldn't be any worse or it'd be even better for my person, well, of course, go along with it. You know, that's one of the ways that managed care is supposed to work. But if you can't find a good place, well, they'll stay where they are. Getting back to Community Health Partnership, I know about a couple dozen clients, and the party line was, the MCO has got so many empty beds, we're going to be able to serve everybody. And so each one of my clients would get a list of, go look at this option, go look at this option, go look at this option. 24 people were given 5 or 6 empty beds to look at. Well, how's that going to work? So, I mean, you know, I I'm more worried about the residential providers who are going to be left holding the bag than I am worried about the individuals, because guardians have a lot of power in terms of insisting that the place be able to meet all of the person's needs and meet all of their outcomes. And so, once again, all of you who are in that position should be gracious, good-natured, listen to the proposals that the MCO makes about other places that might be able to serve your individual, ask every question you can think of, and write down the answers, because if they say, oh no, this place will be great, and you ask some questions about that, you're going to want to have a little record, a little diary of the different places that are being suggested to you, whether you come to me or not. That's going to be important information. I'll tell you that what we've been seeing in, again, there are a few MCOs that are ahead of this situation in terms of notices of discharge, so I know how some of this works. Time after time, some of these people with high needs are being referred to providers, and the person from the MCO says to the guardian, oh yeah, this place is really interested in your person, go look at it, it'll be great. And they go look at the place and they ask the provider, how is this place going to deal with the fact that he's a two-person lift? How is this place going to deal with this medical issue? How is this? And all kinds of these providers who said, oh yeah, we'll look at that person, say, the MCO never told us about any of these needs. So I've got story after story of that. And it's not just the guardians telling me that. I've been talking to those providers who say, I sure wish the MCOs would tell us the truth when they make a referral of somebody.